Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So can you see my sharing, the screen sharing? Yes, okay. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so first, thank you very much for taking the time and attending our information session, and welcome. So this information session is about the programs in the Department of Industrial Engineering and Decision Analytics. Okay, so I'm Professor Jin Qi, and from this department, so you can just call me Jin. And first, please let me introduce the agenda for this information session. So here, first of all, I would like to give a very brief introduction about our IEDA programs. Although I believe that many of you have already watched this introduction video. And then we will invite 2 student ambassadors to give some sharing about their study experience at HKUST, the IEDA department. And thirdly, our assistant manager, Maggie Tong, is going to talk about some technical details of this admission. And then finally, we will open the floor and have this Q&A session. If you have any questions, please feel free to type in the chat box, and we will have our assistants monitoring these questions and answer the questions in real time. And please make sure you send your questions to everybody such that we can see, okay? Okay, so let's get started. And so I'm Jin. And first of all, I would like to mention that our program is a kind of interdisciplinary education. And I want to introduce you what kind of people or what kind of graduates that we want to educate in this rapidly changing world, right? As we see that the world of 21 is very much different from the world of 2000 or even in the 90s, right? And now in various industries, we often have heard or seen those words like AI or big data or fintech. And so in our view, in our department view, they are basically some like those core skill sets, okay? And then build upon this core skill set, it has profound applications and that potentially can change the whole industry in different areas. So to incorporate this kind of changes and then to encrypt our students with a skill set that can carry them for the next decade, then we redesign our whole curriculum. And here, these are like 4 areas in our program that we have identified, including, see here, the financial engineering, and this consulting services, and engineering management, and the logistics management, right? And if you are familiar with those areas in Hong Kong, you can see actually here, the 3 areas, the financial engineering, the consulting services, and the logistic management, they are quite consistent, right, with Hong Kong's 4 pillar industries: finance, services, and the logistics, right? And these are the 4 application areas that we identify that we will have this impact and can be practical in Hong Kong and worldwide in the next few decades. But however, if you want to, right, if you want to contribute in this type of different areas, you need to equip yourself and have a very strong core and with those domain knowledge. And so let me next briefly introduce what we mean by this core set, by this strong core set. And that is what we want to educate our students. So for example, if you are working on this called financial industry, right? And you need to know those basically those options, those stock and futures, and how this kind of things instrument works. And that is what we call by domain knowledge. But that is not enough, right? You need to have certain kind of modeling skills, all those mathematical analysis skills to help you analyze and abstract those essence in this kind of domain application. And you need to know how to analyze the model, how to explain those solutions. But if you are only, so that is, we need to have those type of these mathematical models. But if you are only able to write a few equations and analyze it by hand or on papers, these skills are certainly not going to be enough for the future, right? Especially if we have the this amount of data. And also our IT infrastructure is so powerful. So our curriculum also emphasizes this hacking ability. So which translates to this ability that you are able to instruct computing devices and computer servers, okay? And to work on those data at a very large scale and perform this computing at a large scale. Then we want to make those smart decisions based on this data and models and for various business domains. So our core should be this intersection of these three areas with the domain knowledge, and you have equipped yourself with those mathematical skills and also those computing ability. And then, so that is the core we mentioned, right? And then next, let me briefly introduce these four areas, right? This financial engineering, consulting services, engineering management, and logistic management. And so please feel free to type in your questions in the chat box. So first area is what we call financial engineering. And this is a very popular topic and one of the most important stream, right, in Hong Kong as an international financial center. And you may be all familiar with this company, right, this HKUST Pacific, and which specializes in this airline operations. And probably you may also hear about that HKUST Pacific was losing money, right, even before this pandemic period. But the reason is the price of fuel changes violently. Right? And this price change, of course, depends on many factors, right? For example, the global situation and the wars in Middle East and the whole economic conditions, right? So the question from this financial engineering is that how can we hedge against this changing oil price? And beside that, we may also have other examples, right, related to this financial engineering. For example, this blockchains and fintech, right? And these are those emerging new financial technologies that we have seen, right? And it is changing the whole way that our financial system works. However, if you look at this fundamental level about this type of blockchain, this kind of things is all about those probability models, this cryptography, and those programming. And so that is what we want to train our students. And the second area is our consulting services, right? And so currently we are still struggling to find those appropriate name. But if I'm allowed to elaborate on it a little bit more, it is all about how to improve your business, right? For example, if you are in the hotel business, and the question is, how are you going to design your pricing strategy given this competition of others, right? And given this demand variation in this seasonality issue, and then these economic situations, right? With all these factors, now how can you come up with a kind of optimal, right, or smart pricing strategy so that you will make a significant difference in terms of your revenue, your profit, right? And besides this type of business things, you may also consider like how to improve operations in healthcare industry. That also belongs to this type of services, especially now in this pandemic period. Can we improve this healthcare operations? And especially when we have this aging population, how do we improve these operations, right? So this all belong to the second area, we call it consulting services. And the third domain is what we call engineering management, which is another field that our faculty specialize. And so on the left picture is our Professor Richard So and his students, okay? They are involved in this autonomic designs of hearing devices. Okay. And on the right-hand side picture is this tower, the Tianjin CTF tower. And this, our department professor AJ was involved in part of this project for some exterior design using this geometric algorithm. And the last but not least is our logistic management area. So here I want just to correct a common myth that usually when we say logistics is about, people understand as, oh, probably it's about driving trucks around. But this is only a small part of logistics and not the main part. Right? Essentially, this logistics management is all about this effective and efficient management of the flow and the storage of goods, information, money, and people. Okay. And if you look at all these things from a systematic view, it is a very completed dynamic process. And then we can build those mathematical models and try to analyze that and design this like optimal strategy. Especially if you think about this current pandemic period, right? How to manage this logistics and supply chain becomes very, very important, right? In this logistic management area. Okay, so these are like 4 domains that we introduced, right? And a very brief introduction. Next, I want to introduce a little bit more about the core of our programs in HKUST. Right? In the university level, we may have very fundamental courses like calculus, this linear algebra, and programming. And these are really like those foundations that if you want to be able to achieve something. Right? Then at the department level, so starting from like year 2, and we will have our core courses. This involves a series of courses, like from this probability, we need to learn those uncertainties and statistics. And then we will learn what we call predictive analytics, right? Essentially, this is like machine learning and artificial intelligence. Then we want to study those current situation and find the patterns from this current data set, right? And then we will have this called prescriptive analytics, right? So these prescriptive analytic courses. That is, we want to teach our students how to apply our models, right? Our prediction, and how to build the models such that we can find some best solutions and make some smart decisions. So that is, you can understand that is kind of to shape the future through our decisions. And in addition, we also have those type of economic courses to strengthen our students with a kind of economic knowledge. And we also have this database courses and programming courses, right, to improve our programming skills. And we also have this type of called simulation courses, and which is also very useful tools, right, to do what we call the what if analysis. For example, if you want to study this type of trading strategy, right, before you test it with a real money in the real market, and probably you want to construct a kind of realistic simulation, right, to give us some sense of how well this kind of trading strategy would work. Right? And this will greatly improve the efficiency and reduce the risk. Okay. And this has been the cornerstone of this modern financial engineering. And we also have those type of stochastic models because, right, in the real world, we need to face these uncertainties. Then how do we make those smart decisions when facing these uncertainties? And so that is our programs and our curriculums. So to summarize, right, we want to build this type of cutting edge program with a strong core, those skill sets, and also up-to-date application domains. And this is the basic introduction of our Ied program. And our program is making both local and global impact. And our program is the most innovative program focusing on you see, the future needs of Hong Kong. And we have already educated those excellent alumni in this both industries and academic. And we also have close collaborations with those industries, with those companies, and we have secured a large amount of grants, and we have very nice collaboration with those companies like Huawei, like this SF Express, those fintech companies, and like those town gas and hospitals like this, okay? And if you are interested, you are very welcome to watch the full video that we have made to introduce our program. And here, this one is just a very brief introduction, okay? And to talk more about our employment statistics, right? And so this is what I want to highlight. Our students are very popular in the job market. And we have our students working in this banking industry, in the finance industry, into particular, those investment banks, right? Like Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. And we also have those students working in this business and logistics management, and working in this engineering, and also this information technology. And to talk about our campus life, right? The students' campus life, we offer quite amount of these exchange programs to top universities in the world. The students can really have a very smooth transition there to have a wonderful experience, right? We have this exchange program in UC Berkeley, in Northwestern, in Georgia Tech, in Purdue. And we also have this internship program. So this internship program, and it's kind of like a one-year internship with a lot of companies, and we have this close collaborations with this type of companies. And we also have this type of called mentorship program, because we have those alumni, they have been very successful in their career. And then we invite this alumni back and to share with our UG students their experience. And we also encourage our students, right, to actively involve in many competitions, and then they can win a lot of awards and through these projects. Okay, so that is the brief introduction of our program. If you have any questions, please feel free, right, to type in the chat box. Okay. If no question, then probably we will continue. And then I will invite, right, our two IED Student Ambassadors. One is Calvin Tong, one is Amelia, and then they will share their experience, their school life, right, in IEDA department. Okay.
Yeah. Perhaps can you turn off the screen share so I can
Calvin, yes.
Yeah, thanks.
I will stop share, okay?
Yep.
But probably you need to unmute yourself.
Hi, can you see my screen? Is it all right? Okay, then that's fine. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Calvin. I'm an year 4 student majoring in decision analytics and general business management. So I've chosen financial engineering for my area of expertise. And today I'm going to share with you why did I choose this major? And more importantly, what have I been through before I'm here to talk to you? My experience is actually quite different from the others. So you might have a lot of questions on why did I do this or that. So what I can tell you is that my mindset is just to explore as much as I could before I can't explore anymore. So first of all, why IDA? So I personally, I think decision analytics is unlike some ordinary subjects which focus a lot on knowledge-based training, because the industry and markets, like Professor just said, is constantly changing. So a technique you use in this moment might actually not be that effective in the next day. So there is constant changes to the knowledge and training that we receive in school. And actually we are learning from the context of the industry, and skill-based training like predictive analytics and some machine learning algorithms maybe. So personally, I found this very exciting because I would be facing new challenges very often and refresh my mind. And as I just mentioned, the training I received in the school includes the industry understanding, which is very useful if you're interested in, say, financial industry. Then knowing the context that you are already ahead of a lot of people, and it'll be way easier to implement the skill you have if you have a good understanding of the industry. And finally, problem-solving skill is the most easily overlooked when you are at school. Here, by problem solving, I'm not just meaning that you can use your mathematical knowledge to solve difficult math questions, perhaps, but it's more about the approach you use. And do you have any framework that can be used, even if you have totally no idea about what the question is about? And this is an essential skill that is, say, a management consultant and a lot of jobs nowadays require. And with different real-life cases and experience in activities, I'm sure you will all enhance your skills very easily in IDA. So I did a lot of things in university life, and I picked 3 of the most special ones to share with you guys. Hope it will give you a taste of how rich opportunities in university has for you. In 2019 summer, I went to the US for an overseas internship. I've worked for 2 months and visited different cities in, say, New York, Boston, and Washington, D.C. And throughout the whole experience, I learned to be more independent because I was remote to my family, and it was only my second internship, so I was still a very small potato, knew nothing about working, and suddenly I became responsible for something at work. I've also learned how to immerse in different culture, because us Asian tend to be quite shy comparing to Westerners, so I was quite hesitant when I meet new people at the beginning, but luckily, NIC is actually a very diverse city where you can bump into people in at least 5 races a day, actually. It's very amazing for that. And you can also have a taste of different cuisines, say Spanish is what I shown here. And also meeting different people and learning from their culture is a really fun and eye-opening experience for us to do. And it also made me less nervous in meeting new people. I've also did a few internships throughout my university life. First, I have my intern in the US, when I came back Hong Kong, I did another year of internship with DBS and Rabobank. So at the last year, I was a digitization and innovation intern at Bayer. And these internships really equipped me with their knowledge, but industry-specific knowledge in, say, financial reporting and also innovations. But what I value the most is the soft skills like communications and teamwork, because it's what we would do in a lifetime where knowledge can always change and we can always learn new things and we have chances to catch up. But those soft skills are really essential if you really want to excel in your future. Then you might think, how do you know what you want to do? My answer is I don't know too, until I have tried it. So it's after a few internships that I realized my interest in innovations and digitizations, that in my future career, I will be choosing, say, management consulting, because it really involved a lot of change management and a lot of new challenges every day, which is something that I found really exciting about. So how about the experience at school? I've done 2 semester-long corporate sponsor projects where I use my expertise to help them solve some problems. The first one is I did some analytics for venture capital investments for UBS, which basically helped them to choose which and what kind of startups is really have the potential that is profitable to invest in. So I use my expertise I learned in courses and also in my own time to spot potential startups that could be profitable and build them a portfolio for it. And the one I did with Bayer is for a new technology, and they plan to design a go-to-market strategy for it. This is where I found my interest of innovations and asked if they need anyone to work on afterwards. And they said yes, and this is how I get the job with Bayer. So again, always grabs any opportunities and proactively participate. So I guess what's common between these projects and my experience is that I always get the chance to first strengthen my knowledge that I learn in classes, and also I learn soft skills and also extra skill set that which might not be available in school. And I also build professional connections with my followers, with my colleagues, which is very useful again. And oops. Okay, and finally, I have shared a lot of my life in university in the last 10 minutes and hope it's fun to listen to. And there are still a lot to explore in university, and I'm sure that other people will tell you. So what I'm trying to say here is, don't do what you can do. Do what you want to do and haven't tried, and explore as many things in your university life. And that would definitely be your best time in your life. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Calvin. Yeah, thank you very much for your sharing. And then maybe we can have the Amelia.
Okay, so Maggie, can you please share the screen? So my internet connection is a little bit unstable, so I hope everyone can still hear me. So hello everyone, I'm Amelia and I'm currently a third-year student studying Decision Analytics with concentration in consulting service. In this coming 5 to 10 minutes, I will go through my background, why I choose DA as my major, as well as my life at HKUST. So first is my background. I grew up in Indonesia and I applied to HKUST using my national exam, which is Indonesia Ujian Nasional, to the School of Science. However, when I got into year 2, I finally realized what I want to pursue and I directly changed my major to Decision Analytics. I also took a second major in Information Systems from the School of Business and Management. Next, please. So, why did I choose Decision Analytics? For me, there are 4 main reasons why I choose DA as my major. The first one is that DA offers me with high demand and practical skills in data analytics, supply chain, and also equip me with business acumen. After all, the purpose of DA is to make the best decision towards problem. I got a comprehensive view and knowledge on the field that really interested me, and the curriculum in IEDA department is very flexible and versatile. You can go on to any industry, be it management consulting, in which I'm interested in, strategic position, product development, e-commerce, or you can go into a more technical field like data science or business intelligence. I believe that IEDA is unique unlike other engineering major because you also learn business and economy. Because I believe that whatever your career choices are, having a business know-how is always a good thing. So if you have a passion in both engineering and business like me, I think IEDA will definitely suit you. Next, please. Now I will talk about my life at HQST so far. I would say that it's not the best experience due to the COVID and pandemic, but HKUST still offers a vibrant and supportive environment for me, where you can experience many things. And for me, I love joining organizations. Some of the organizations that I joined are Women in Business and 180-degree Consulting, which are rather unusual for engineering students. Like I said before, I'm interested in consulting. And as a consultant, I got hands-on experience in helping NGOs utilize their resource and skill, which is really useful. I did a project with Crossroads Hong Kong regarding their fundraising aspect, and I got to meet amazing people from the business schools, which also helps me to build my connection. I also became an executive committee in the Women in Business Society, especially in the media and marketing department, in which I am in charge of the promotion, marketing, as well as outreaching. So far, my experience has been great. That is why I believe that if you are currently at university is all about meeting new people and exposing yourself to numerous opportunities out there. So join a lot of organizations can really make you cherish your college life better. Moreover, I also joined the Ied Student Ambassador, where I can share my view and also my knowledge regarding the curriculum, the department, and also meet people from my majors. It is a great opportunity for me to get to know each other better. On top of that, I also joined art club, Indonesian Student Society, and also Southeast Asian Student Association. I highly encourage all of you to join organizations because it really opens up a once in a lifetime opportunity for you. And you will never get the same experience ever again. Yeah. Next, please. So regarding my internship experience, as an IDA student, I got exposed to various skills from technical to business to human resource, management, etc. I was lucky enough to get some internship experience throughout my university journey. My first internship experience was at a local startup called Happier.io. I was a client success intern there, so I dealt with corporate clients' account and update their job posting, revamp their profile, and handle day-to-day tasks and conversation with the client via email. I really enjoy my time there because although everything was held online due to COVID, I got to improve my professional business communication skill and also experience the startup environment in Hong Kong. My second intern was last summer, where I got a role as a product development intern at Bukit Vista. So Bukit Vista is actually a hospitality service company based in Bali, Indonesia. So this is an internship that I did back at my home country. I love technology, so I really felt fortunate to be able to do my internship there. And my role involved like fixing bugs in their apps, their website, and other platforms, as well as initiating projects. For example, the scope, the timeline, the deliverables, etc. I need to gather the required team according to the project type, while I also need to maintain the process flow so that we can finish everything before that time. I think that is a really nice opportunity for me to train my leadership capabilities and also my time management. Since I also have a passion in design, I also did some UI UX tests, and the company was kind enough to let me try some few roles. This winter, I will also work at an Indonesian startup company called Jala as a product designer. And I really cannot wait what experience I will have there. One thing that I want to tell you is that no matter what career you are going to pursue in the future, the IEDA program prepares you in terms of technical skill as well as business perspective. IEDA is indeed very broad and you can go into any industries. The technical skills that the IEDA programs offers will separate us from business majors, where you learn more about soft skills and how to present yourself. So this will definitely give us an edge in the career prospects. So my next steps that I'm really excited about is my exchange experience in which I will partake next spring semester. This is a really exciting opportunity and a chance for me to live in a completely different environment, meet new people, try new foods, explore their worlds, and I'm absolutely looking forward to that. So hopefully the COVID situation will get better and I can go on exchange. Another major part of my university life would be my final project. But to be honest, I haven't really gave it much thought since I'm still in my third year. So I think I'm going to enjoy what's in front of me first. Yeah, so I believe that in university life, you just need to get yourself out there and try many things because opportunity never ceases to amaze you and you can always find something new and definitely it will be a memorable experience for you. So that concludes my sharing. So feel free to ask any question in the Q&A, especially if you are an international student like me. I will do my best to answer all your question, or just connect with me on LinkedIn so that, I can share to you further about my study life or other thing as well. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Amelia, and hope you can go for this exchange program, right? Okay, thank you very much for sharing. And then next, please allow me to invite our assistant manager, Maggie Tong, and she will introduce or give us some like detailed information about this admission.
Okay, thank you, Professor Qi. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Maggie from the IED department. I'm working mainly on the undergraduate programs. So if you can join UST in the future, and if you have any questions about our program, feel free to come to me and I will help you all through the university life. So in the following time, I will introduce a bit about the admission information for entering our program. I guess majority of the participants here are from local high school students. And so first of all, I'll talk about the JUPAS admission. And this year, we have 2 programs under the School of Engineering. The JUPAS code JS5200, the engineering program is, and also we have a new major, which is engineering with an extended major in artificial intelligence. So if you want to enter IEDA program, you can either join engineering program or engineering plus AI program during when you put down your choices in the JUPAS application form. And what's the difference between these 2 programs is that for the engineering program, you will just purely study all about all the degree requirement for an engineering program. For example, you're interested in our major like decision analytics, you have to fulfill you have to study all the curriculum requirement for the DA program in order to graduate. But if you are interested in taking additional courses on artificial intelligence, AI, which is a very hot topic nowadays, you can select the number 2 program, the engineering of AI program. And in that program, you can learn more on AI, machine learning, data visualization, image processing, etc. And you also have chance to join the design thinking course and some professional seminars on AI. And of course, to turn the knowledge into practical use, you are required to do a capstone project on AI so that you have to apply the knowledge to some real life application. But for these 2 programs, you can also finish the degree requirement within 4 years of studies. So you can see that for AI program, since you have to take more courses on AI and also have to do a capstone project. So you have to expect that in each of the semester, you have to take 1 additional course in addition to your current study on the engineering program. So the workload is slightly heavier than the engineering program only. And here is the minimum admission requirement, which you can also find this information on the HKUST website. And for students who want to enter our engineering program, you have to take one of these courses as the elective: biology, chemistry, physics, combined science, or ICT. And when we calculate the DSE score for admission, so English will be double counted, math will be also double counted. And for the best elective, if you take biology, chemistry, physics, or combined science, you will be also double counted. And if you take ICT instead, the score will be multiplied by a factor of 1.5. And then here is the median and lower quartile admission scores in the past few years. And for more information, you can go to this website to see the details. And if some of you are with the international qualification, you can go to this website to see the details on the admission requirement, because we have that different kind of admission, international qualification like SAT, IB, etc. and etc. So you can go online and see the specific admission requirement for the examination. And here is the admission timeline. The admission the recruitment will start on next Monday, 27th of September. So you can log into the admission system, our admission platform, and then sign up for our program from next Monday onwards. And then here is the timeline for giving offers and the result announcement. And if some of you are from the mainland China, then you have to take the examination in Go-Cal there, and then you can also go to this website to see the details of the admission requirements. And finally, if you are currently taking the sub-degree program, which means the higher diploma or associate degree program, and you would like to enter our department, then please take note of the following. So if you are taking a sub-degree program, you can directly enter our program as a year 2 students instead of starting your studies again from year 1 of studies. So the same as other admission type, then the admission, the recruitment will start next Monday. So you can go to this website and submit the admission application from next Monday onwards. And we will have the early round deadline in mid-November, and then we have result announcement in late December, and so on and so forth. And we also have a main round admission requirement application deadline too. Just in case if we have some courses left from the early round, we will give offer in the main round. And then for the sub-degree program students, you have to be certain amount of English level admission requirement, like for DSE at least level 3, IELTS over 6, TOEFL, IBT over 80. And if somehow you didn't or you could not meet this admission requirement, you can, for the English courses taken in your sub-degree program, we can also use them. This can also be used to meet the English admission requirement for entering UST. Different institute will offer different courses, and we have different grades requirement. And for sub-degree program students, if you apply for our program, we will only if you apply to our department, because in our department we have 2 programs. We have the industrial engineering and engineering management, and also decision analytics. But for those who are admitted via the direct entry route, then all will only receive the offer of industrial engineering and engineering management program. If you would like to transfer to decision analytics program, it is okay, but we have to consider your CGA. CGA means GPA in UST. We have to have certain amount of CGA requirement after you have joined our university for 2 semesters. Then you can transfer to the decision analysis program. And there are also different CGA requirements for students who are from the consulting, who would like to join the consulting service area and the financial engineering areas. And for students who are admitted from the direct entry, and they can receive some credit transfer. For example, they can have block transfer of 9 credits on common core courses and also 12 credits on the unassigned free credits. So, and also, of course, if you meet the English language proficiency and Chinese language proficiency, and they can also get the credit transfer for English and Chinese course, so that you can take less courses when you enter the university. But please note that this is only for students admitted from the sub-degree program. That means you are currently studying in the higher diploma or associate degree program. For JUPAS or mainland or international students, there will be no credit transfer upon admission, unless maybe you have very outstanding English language proficiency. For example, you got 5-star stars in HKDSE English course, then you may be able to get credit transfer for the English basic, the basic English level courses. And here are some useful links. So if you want to know more our department, you can go to our website, ied.ust.hk to know more. If you want to know more about how to apply to a program, you can go to the join.hkust.edu.hk, the website. And also this is the program catalog. Okay, this is what I want to share about the admission requirement. So anything, if you have any questions, please feel free to type in the chat box. I saw 10 is asking a questions on any direct admission for IEDA. So may I know more about your background? If you are currently a high school student, then you have to start from year 1. But if you are taking the sub-degree program, oh, okay, IB also no, yeah. For IB, you have to start from the year 1. You have to join the School of Engineering first, and then take the year 1. In year 1, you will be asked to take some general courses, the engineering fundamental courses, and then after your year 1 study, you can decide your major, and in year 2, you will enter the IEDA if you're interested in our major after 1 year of studies in UST. And for query, you asked about the admission requirement for international schools, international students in Hong Kong. You have to, I guess for the admission requirement, you are better to go to the School of Engineering booth to ask them, because if you are holding international qualification, then it will be school-based admission. The School of Engineering will be responsible for the admission details, so they will have a more accurate answer on your questions. So maybe after this session, you can go to the School of Engineering booth and then type in, go to the chat room and then ask them about it.
And maybe I can help to explain Alex's question about our program, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I can share. Can I share maybe?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, sure.
Thank you. Okay, so for Alex, you want to learn more about our program of this decision analytics, right? Yes, so that is the program under our department. So in general, our department has 2 programs. One is called this decision analytics program. Okay, so Bachelor of Engineering in Decision Analytics. Right? So in this decision analytics, basically it will cover 2 domain areas. So 2 domains, right? Just now I already introduced, including this called financial engineering and consulting services. Right? So for the financial engineering, you can know more about this type of data-driven portfolio optimization and some basic knowledge about this fintech and risk management. And then for the consulting services, we may have those type of how to analyze the demand and supply, and how to have this type of revenue optimization, and then supply chain management, right? And then if you look at from this decision analytics, we may have those fundamentals, engineering fundamentals, like those calculus, those linear algebra, and the programming. And we will also have our major courses, right? And then later in the year 4, you will have this type of final year project. And yeah, so here this major course is about those type of courses you need to take, right? Including those type of database course. And we need to learn some like this production system. How does this production system operate? And some basic economics, like microeconomics and engineering economics and accounting. And we will also have those type of called predictive analytics, that is machine learning and AI, and also prescriptive analytics. And then we have those type of stochastic models, and also how to run those simulations, right? These simulation tools. Yes, so this, I think the slide and also this type of introduction, this leaflet, you can check on the website. Okay, maybe and for this decision analytics, right? So later on, this career opportunities, including like, right, when we have this type of financial engineering, so you can have this banking and finance, and we may also have those type of consulting firms, and for these consulting services, and you can also have this type of e-commerce, and also like those healthcare companies, and also IT, okay, and also this type of travel, and later this type of this Cathay Pacific, this airline of industries. Yes.
Maybe we can also go through the IEEM program leaflet.
Yes, okay. Then let me share. Yeah, did I share or not?
You share the screen of your PC instead of only the leaflet, but we can also see it. Yeah.
Okay, then let me share again. Yes. Okay, so this one is our second program is called Industrial Engineering and Engineering Management.
Sorry, Professor, I cannot see. It seems it's some error.
Okay, let me share again. Now it's okay, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, so this one is another program we are offering, is called Industrial Engineering and Engineering Management, right? So it basically includes the rest two domains like engineering management and logistics management. So from this engineering management, what you will learn is like this type of computing in the industrial application, and like those ergonomics and safety management, right? Like just now what I introduced, we have professors working in this ergonomics area. And we also have this logistics management. So this logistics management, including how to design this logistics system and how to operate, right, this type of freight transportation, and then how to do this routing and fleet management, and also the supply chain management. Okay, so here, similarly, right, we will have this type of major core courses, and then later on, you will have those specific requirements for this program, right? So the major core courses, these are the same as our decision analytics program, but later you then probably in your year 3 and year 4, you will take those program specific courses, okay? And yeah, and then in the final year, you will do this type of final year project. And then we can have, right, besides this type of the careers you can find, like from this decision analytics, we may also have we also have those students working in this type of container and air cargo terminals, and this global manufacturers and the global logistics industry, and engineering and technical services like TANGAS and MTR. And recently I have the students doing this type of final year projects with TANGAS, and to help them improve their management about their like fleets. Yes.
So do you all have any other questions? You can type in Chinese, is also okay. If you don't want to type in English, you can also type in Chinese, and we can also answer your inquiries. Or you want to directly talk to us, is also okay. You can unmute yourself and then just tell us about your question, either in Cantonese or Mandarin or English, is also okay. And our two student ambassadors are here, and you can see from their sharing, they have very rich experience and very wonderful school life. They go for jobs, they volunteer, they have startups and everything. So if you have any question and want to know more about their student life, you can also either connect to them via the LinkedIn or email, or you can ask the questions here. They are happy to answer your questions. Okay, there's a questions. Is IED very competitive as compared to other schools in School of Engineering? I think the answer is not very competitive, but is also still competitive, especially for the decision analytics program, because you have two programs, and then of all the students who are entering our department would like to go to decision analytics program. But then we, for decision analytics program, we have a CGA requirement. If you can only meet certain amount of CGA, then you can enter our program. If not, even you enter our department, you can only go to the IEM, the Industrial Engineering Management program. But in fact, for these two programs, the basic training is the same, because as you can see from the leaflets that we just showed you, that the major core courses, in fact, for these two programs are the same. But then what is different is that we have in the decision analytics program, we will have different domains area. We are more focused on the financial engineering area and also the consulting service areas, which will train is mainly just the domain areas difference. And for the decision analytics program, we would like to train students to join the financial industry and also the consulting firms and etc. But then for the IEM program, we will like to train students to go directly to the engineering company or the logistic firm. So it just mainly the domain area is different, but the basic training for these two programs are the same. And I would like to supplement a bit. So if you all enter the School of Engineering as a year one students, you have 1 year to explore different kinds of major, and hopefully you will join IEDA and choose IEDA as your select major. And then after 1 year of study, and then you will be entering the IEDA department in your year 2 first semester. And then after you still, even though you enter IEDA program, IEDA department, you are still without a major. You still have 1 more year to explore your interest in the IEM or in the decision analytics. So, and then after 1 year, so by the end of year 2, we will be ask you whether you're interested in IEM or DA program. And in year 3, you will be officially in a decision analysis program major or in the IEM major. And by then we have a major, and also we have a major concentration, either in financial engineering, consulting service, engineering management, or logistic management. And can I apply as HKIE after 4 years study? Yes, you can. So for our decision analytics program, it's a relatively new program, and we have the first batch of graduates in the, few months ago in June 2021. So we have the first batch of graduates, and then our program is currently applying for HKIE accreditation, and it is expected that they can tell us the accreditation results by the end of this year. And we are confident that our program will be accredited by the HKIE. And then afterwards, after you are graduate from the program, you can join a Scheme A program, Scheme A trainings, and then you can charter as a HKIE engineers for 4 to 5 years after graduations. And same case for the IEM program. And for the IEM program, it is already accredited because it's a relatively program with longer history, so it is already accredited by HKIE. And then as you can see in the leaflet, the share screen on the screen. So you can see that is accredited by the HK at the top part, is accredited by the HKIE. We are under the Logistic and Transportation Division and also the Manufacturing, Industrial and System Divisions. Moreover, our program are also accredited by the Chartered Institutes of Logistics and Transport in Hong Kong, CILTHK, which is another professional bodies which is mainly on the logistics and transport. And they have, similar to HKIE, they also have division over the globe. So you can also, if you join the IEEM program, you can be the membership under these two professional bodies. And also after a few years of working experience, you can apply and be the professional engineers under these two programs. And their qualification is also being recognized overseas. Okay, let's have a question on the minor program. Hey, Professor, I want to share the screen.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Okay, you can see same website, the join.hkust.edu.hk, the admission website for the undergraduate program. And in this website, there is a page on minor program. In fact, we offer over 24 minor programs in our university. There are programs offered by School of Science, School of Engineering, and Business. And I can tell you some of the popular program for students who are major in IE. And IEDA. They usually they would like to minor in like big data technology, information technology, robotics, and of course business. These four are the most popular minor program which is taken by our students because in our program we also teach something on data, how to handle the data, and also we in every of our courses we will use the Python, the code programming code, so that in every courses, and which can help the student, we help the students and prepare them for the future career. And if they would like to, some of them will be more interested on the IT area and want to work on like data analysis, so they would like to take more data related or IT related minor, so they will select big data or technology or information technology as their minor. So in fact, you are free to choose any of these minor program. Some students will also take even more than one. They will declare 2 minor programs during their studies in UST. However, if you declare, because for each of the minor programs, you have to take 6 courses in order to fulfill the requirement. So if you take 2 minor programs, it will be 12 courses. And in this way, maybe in each of the semester in UST, you have to take an additional course in each semester than normal students in order to complete the minor program requirement. But I think taking 1 minor program is very common for our students. So you can go to this website and see the details of the program. Any other questions?
Do you have any questions?
If not, maybe finally I can share with you our contact information. So if you have any questions on our curriculum in the future, you can contact us in different emails. About curriculum, you can email to IEUG. And then if you have some admission inquiries, for example, like you are holding international qualification and you want to know if your result is eligible for entering our program, you can email the School of Engineering, scngug@ust.hk. And then finally, if you are sub-degree program students and you would like to know how can you enter our department, so you can email like ied@ust.hk. And also we are also on Facebook and Instagram. Feel free to follow us to know more about our latest news. and our latest activities for our students.
Okay, so if there is no question, then probably we will end here. And thank you very much for coming to this information session. And we all look forward to meeting you in HKUST. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.